preparedness here. We are continuing with our What Does It Taste Like Now food tasting series. Today we have a side dish and a main entree to sample today. It will be my lunch. We'll start with the chicken with tomatoes and feta cheese. This has a manufacturer's date of 2014, January 1st. Looky there, 2014, January 1st. The Mexican style rice has a date of 2011, 287. So this one's going to be the oldest one I've had in a very long time. Again, I will take a photograph of the ingredients and the dietary information and provide that in the video. So let's go ahead and open up the boxes and verify the production dates are in agreement with the box. A nice heavy 8-ounce, 8-ounce, laser etched 448, and on the box it was 4001. So the box and the food contents do not match. Now these are military meals ready to eat. This is an official MRE'S produced product. So what kind of gets me is when they manufactured the box, when the box was going through the production line, apparently this was a leftover box, and this is the accurate information that you want to look for. That's why I really don't like to go through the box. I mean, it is much older. It is 2014, the 48th day, so that puts it, a few more days into the month or into the calendar year. But I get a little. I won't call it. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, and when these don't match, that gives me a little bit of a, I don't know about that company kind of thing. So when the government inspects these, I'm sure the guy went, nah, I don't care. He doesn't care. Now the rice has the production date in agreement, except for the Y3P and the time. So somewhere along the line of the manufacturing process, when this box goes through the system and this pouch goes through the system, they're not going through at the same time. So what we have here is the box is younger than the pouch by about 7 hours. So you can see that the quality assurance department have a couple things there, because the 1287C is in agreement, the Y3 is in agreement, the N is not, and the time is not in agreement either. So that's not to say that the quality of the product's any good. It's just, those are those little things that I call them idiosyncrasies with the food manufacturer that you kind of want to say, what? And then you move on. But, for interesting purposes only, that's what that is. I'd like to talk a little bit about, again, we have been out doing some other long-term food storage research, and once again we came upon another product out there that has been available for a certain period of time and then became unavailable in local areas around the country. The Gosner Products milk is called a high heat shelf stable liquid food. Is basically your milk that has been put under a super high temperature above 212 degrees to kill all bacteria, and makes the food shelf stable for an indefinite period. Today I purchased a few of these containers of the 2%. And we're going to let one of these sit in the refrigerator, get nicely chilled down. And maybe tomorrow I'll do a taste test of this 2%, but I will be bringing out a 1% of one of the containers I showed you the other day of the whole milk. And so far the house has enjoyed that product, and we'll be keeping it in our long-term food storage pantry from now on. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get these in the heat and bring them back. And through the technology of electronics, we now have our milk product. Again, this is the Gosner shelf-stable whole milk 32 ounce or 1 quart box milk. It's nicely chilled. The milk itself it is what it is, folks. It's milk. I mean, it's whole milk, so it has all the fat. I will take a photograph and include the dietary information in the image for you to look at your leisure. Again, I've done some research and found out that this is one of the better companies out there that sell this type of product. Their long shelf life. There are a couple YouTube bloggers out there who have already done a comprehensive shelf-stable life history of this product. You can go out there and look for them just by typing in Gosner shelf-stable milk or Gosner milk. I like it for the fact that it comes from Utah. I used to work out in Utah, and they're very trustworthy folks out there in Utah. If I had my options, I'd go back out there and live again. But it is the West, and we won't go there. And while I'm waiting for the main entree and the side dish to heat up, I figured I'd take this opportunity to just give these guys a plug. For the simple fact of the matter is, they do make a 2%, and the next time I return, I'll pick up a 1%. The reason why I did the whole milk is I bought them out, but I like the whole milk because when you're in a SHTF event, you're going to be looking for the most bang for your buck when it comes to fat content, calories and fat. And again, when you look at the dietary information that these two products will have, when I start to do the review on the next one, you're going to be relatively happy. If you could find the Gosner product out in your marketplace, grab them. These were $1 each. If you go onto their website, shipping will kill you for a case of these. So I recommend you just make some phone calls. If you live in a small town, maybe somebody carries it. These definitely came from a place called Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, I guess is what it's called. So let me get this food off the heat and bring it back, and we'll start our food portion. And we're back, folks. We have the food all nicely heated up. We've got our flour tortilla nest between the two products so they can get it nice and warm. The chicken meal, we'll go ahead and get that presented to you. That flour tortilla now is nice and warm. The rice product has the tear along the top. Remember, this is 2011 on the rice. It's been a long time being. That is is rice. I can smell the spiciness coming through the air. Now on the chicken, it's got the tears on the top, so we'll go ahead and give that a good squeeze to get that every morsel down below that tear mark. And this is 2014 production date for the chicken. Not easy to tear. Have to put a little bit of elbow grease to it. It does tear. How the smell is coming off is excellent. A lot of liquid. See the tomatoes. Definitely a hearty meal for one. You could break this into enough for two people. As you can see, all the goodness is gone. It is very hot. You can see from the steam coming off of it, if you can see that. We have our flour tortilla, nicely warmed. Off to the side. I can see the spices, tomatoes, the chicken pieces. Definitely not a processed chicken. As you can see, very tasty. Our Spanish style rice is properly cooked, not hard, not too soft. Got a bit of a kick to it as far as spiciness goes. Let's try some of the rice in the flour tortilla with the chicken and sauce. Bit of that in there. No spices needed. Not going to put any in with it. There's plenty of spices right there with the chicken fajita. Excellent. As you can see, make that into a nice sandwich. If this was served at a restaurant, you would probably pay about $7 or $8 for it. Would not even know that it came from a retort pouch. Very flavorful. Has a bit of spiciness to it. A great combination with the rice and the chicken. Could feed two people easily. you wouldn't go away starving. Enough calories to get you through the day. The rice, again, is from 2011. Here it is, 2017. And there's no bad aftertaste, no offset smell. The spiciness of the rice does well with the chicken and the tomato. The feta is hard to taste, but I know it's in there. Perfect combination of the two. I don't think it needs any salt. You get that from the sauce of the chicken. Once you flake up the rice, you can have the flavor that you want for your meal. Being meal ready to eat, there's no preparation at all except for heating up the food. The milk works well. This is a great meal, folks. Being manufactured date of 2011 for the rice and a manufactured date of 2014, if this was put in front of you at a dinner time, you wouldn't have a clue. If I had 2 more thumbs, I'd give it 4 thumbs up. Well, there you go. Another, how does it taste now? Excellent.